Yeah, welcome guys. This is podcast number 6 of our podcast. And in this podcast, we will be discussing a couple things. Halo Infinite, Microsoft's possible new console, 3 new Mortal Kombat characters, VR for Nintendo Switch, new PlayStation update, and EA won't be at E3. So usually how we start this off, we talk about what we've been playing. I start off with my bro Jason. Any games you've been playing lately you want to highlight?
Taking Bravo. I've been getting back to
Final Fantasy, which one?
14.
Oh, 14. It's a very popular, very popular online game right now.
Yeah, especially to everybody coming back into Shadowbringers contesting Bravo, which is going to be the expansion. Another expansion. Taking multiple zones. Yeah, that's big. That's kind of what brought me back. So I've been trying to catch up and get Stormblood done so I can be ready for Shadowbringers.
What makes you excited for this expansion? I'm not familiar with the Final Fantasy 14.
Well, I've only been playing Final Fantasy for less than a year. And I'm somewhat familiar with the series because Final Fantasy 7 was kind of my favorite Final Fantasy. With the experience, the Shadowbringers coming out, it's good to see Square Enix actually keeping up with that. You know, they're forces on testing out all zones contested. Take areas to explore. It's like they're for Final Fantasy 14. They're always constantly doing stuff too. Enemies are contesting all zones. First are contesting people. Whether it's expansion, whether it's a patch where there's new potential undertaken, they're always we're almost out of lives.
Every how often do they do something to the series? Because it seems like it's been going on for a couple years already.
Capturing multiple zones. It's been going on since 2013 back on from my understanding. No, PC also. I got it started in Realm Reborn back on PS3, and then when PS4 came out, they kind of enemies are contesting zones on the PS4 with Advent Sword, and of course 2017 Stormblood, 2019 Shadowbringers expansion. So it's kind of enemies contesting Bravo. Kind of exciting. Like it is keeping me in with that quick kind of capturing Bravo. Final Fantasy, something definitely new. Hostiles contesting Bravo.
So what is it you've been playing of Final Fantasy 14, the new expansion?
Right now I'm trying to complete Stormblood. Like I kind of took a while from Final Fantasy 14, but finding out that the expansion needs it kind of brought me back, and I'm just kind of finishing Stormblood and preparing for Shadowbringers because I haven't really done much in Stormblood, but that's neat. Keeping up with it, doing main
exciting. I wish I was into that game, but I never gave it a shot. I mean, I'm a fan of Final Fantasy, the franchise, but just too many games to play.
Right. Yeah, I've been kind of taking a break from everything else. Just
Playing Final Fantasy. To those that never played the Final Fantasy 14, what are the main things that you could highlight about that game to people that haven't played it?
Definitely worth playing. Like, if you can get into anime, MMO, definitely something to get into. Like, there's a variety of classes, variety of graphics, variety of everything. You think of it, it's just nothing being left out.
Is it more of an RPG or a massive multiplayer online RPG?
It's a massive multiplayer RPG. I know it started off like 15 was kind of an RPG. They kind of dominated online. Whereas 14 mixed up with the massive multiplayer.
And what is the goal of that of the game basically?
We're contesting Alpha. We're taking Bravo.
Or I should say, what's the final goal? What is the main thing that you gotta accomplish in that game?
Basically, you just once you do MSQ, basically done, and you just switch between multiple classes. Like for me, I started with a dragon, but switched to a Karnai. Also have a samurai. Also have that's a lot of things. Like dungeons, raids, farming, crafting, gathering. Like I said, you think of anything, it's just
Wow.
something. We're contesting Alpha.
I definitely want to check that out at some point. I don't know at what point I'll check it out though, because it's just too much taking up my time right now.
You know what to do.
But it sounds really interesting and really fun.
We're contesting A.
Are there any other games you've been playing?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I have got Modern Warfare Remastered. We played it on Change twice. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I actually got a chance to play that this week. Modern Warfare, the remaster. And it's a good game. I can see why it's a classic. But honestly, first-person shooters have come such a long way that it feels kind of empty now. And it doesn't feel as engaging as recent first-person shooters, in my opinion. Like, it just feels like a mission or a level, it ends pretty quick. Especially like the first ones. How do you feel about my thoughts? Do you agree?
I can agree, you know, there's nothing more to be said about first-person shooters. It has come a long way.
I mean, what did you want to say?
Trying to really, I mean, it does bring back a lot of memories playing Modern Warfare Remastered. Personally, it just didn't, when even though it does bring back a lot of memories from when the first got released on PS2.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't have, to me, it just
good game. Definitely, it's a good game. I would even say great, but not at this time. It doesn't hold up to the standards of first-person shooters right now. At least in the single player department. One thing I will say though, it looks really nice. Kind of surprised me how nice it looks. Even though it's a way older game. I forgot what year it came out. The first time it was released. Do you remember when it came out for the first time?
I think it was back in. Enemies are contesting zone B.
Yeah, that's a long time. I mean, it looks nice though. Definitely. Like, it really surprised me because it looks like a game that would release at this time. It actually looks pretty good. They did a great job with the remaster. Or definitive edition, or I don't know if it's a remaster. I believe it is. Because I remember hearing there were some changes and music added and little details. So we'll call it a remaster. Yeah, so I enjoyed my time with that. I got up to probably mission 4. I will continue to play it. It just didn't feel like it had enough content, for me at least. The gameplay feels really good though. It feels just like the Call of Duties from now. Like it feels just as good. And another thing I will say after playing it, it made me want badly a new Modern Warfare, bro.
Right. If anything, I did get that, man. Like, I wanna see a Modern Warfare. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I was definitely like daydreaming, fantasizing, you could say. As I was playing it, I was like, these set pieces are so amazing that I could just imagine what they'll be able to do with the technology now and the mechanics. And I was just like making up scenarios in my mind that would look so fucking dope in that game if they did another Modern Warfare, which the rumor is this year the next Call of Duty will be a Modern Warfare, which I'm very excited about now. That's the rumor. It is free for the PlayStation Plus this month, so if anybody want to check it out, definitely check that out, especially if you're a first-person shooter fan. Another game that I've been playing, bro, it's a game called, I believe, Island Paraiso or Paraiso Island, one of those two. You ever heard of this game? Okay, so this game is basically Animal Crossing on the PlayStation 4. And it is a free-to-play game that you could download from the PlayStation 4 right now. It is very charming. And once you start it up, you'll see how inspired it is by Animal Crossing. That is basically Animal Crossing. I didn't get too far with it, but I'm looking forward to see how it opens up. And I actually did do a video of it. It's up on the YouTube channel for everyone to check out. And if you're interested, bro, check out that video and see if it's a game you might want to check out if you're a fan of Animal Crossing.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Animal Crossing?
I've heard of it. Never really given the time to play it, but I've heard a lot of it.
Oh yeah. Animal Crossing.
It's not like I'm not familiar with the franchise. I mean, it's been there for some time.
Yeah, it's very popular. Animal Crossing is basically, you play as this cute character. It looks like a kid's game, and you're in this island or small town, and basically your goal is to mess around and do quests for the town NPCs. Also dress up your character, perform duties throughout the day that nobody forces you to. You just do it because it helps you progress. Like you can plant flowers, you can plant fruits, vegetables, you can sell your stuff, you can design shirts and wear them. It's a really interesting, cute game. And if that sounds interesting to you, I definitely would recommend that you check out at least one time Island Paraiso or Paraiso Island. I forget what's the beginning title of that game. And those are like the only two games. Plus I've been playing a little bit of Doom. I got a little further, but there's not much to add to that. Just that it gets tougher as you progress. And that's all I've been playing. Do you have anything to add to this, what we've been playing this week? Topic of the week. Halo Infinite will be at E3. 343 Studios, or 343 industry boss Benny Ross will discuss the new engine Slipspace and what it's capable of. So basically, we don't know what other capacity Halo Infinite will be at E3 for, but one thing that is confirmed is that we'll show the new engine that's being used. Have you heard of this engine called Slipspace? Are you familiar with that? So, what do you think they're gonna show at E3, bro? Or what are you hoping they'll show at E3? Because they're definitely gonna be there this E3. We'll start out with, what would you like to see?
I know a lot of people that, as far as Xbox, even Xbox exclusive, that don't usually keep up with Xbox games. I mean, Halo was good at some point, especially 1 and 2.
Yeah, definitely.
Some people like 3 as well, but I guess some people say after 3 it was kind of cool. So hopefully with them having a new engine, they can bring up the Halo franchise back up to where it was at.
I agree.
A lot of Xbox users' expectations.
I agree with you completely. I've only played very little of Halo 1, very little of Halo 2. I believe the only reason I played it is because when I actually had a computer, I tried out the demos for both of the games and they blew my mind. There's just something about that intro, like the first scenarios in those games, that is nothing like it even to this point, unless my memory is making up imaginative like things that happen. But do you remember how it starts off and what feeling it gave you the first time you seen Halo or played a piece of Halo 1 and 2? Do you recall back to that time when you first did you play Halo 1 and 2 at any point?
I have.
Okay, do you remember the feeling it gave you? Like if you could recall that feeling, what did it make you feel and what does it make you feel now thinking about it? Because for me, I remember just being blown away by the scenario in front of me when I was playing it.
When I was getting into the Halo series back
Yeah.
then,
sounds like you don't really like recall when you play Halo 1 and 2, right? Like you really can't think of what it made you feel or like a thing that you remember. Is that right or no? Okay. So for me, what I remember very fondly, I don't know if it was Halo 1 or Halo 2. I'm thinking it's Halo 2, but I remember looking down like on a balcony. And as I was looking down, there was a lot of injured bodies. Then I remember I was walking down that path, and I was looking at their interactions of all these people that are crew members that were hurt, and they were being taken care of. Then as I went a little further, there was aliens that looked really cool that were just crash landing. And I just remember how fucking dope that looked, with their shields up, looking like almost like like the Super Mario Brothers turtles. They kind of reminded me of that. And that's what I remember about it. Now, what I would love to see is, like you said, I would love to see them bring it back to Halo 1 and 2. And there is also a rumor that, or I believe it was confirmed, that the new Halo Infinite is going to be a successor of Halo 1. It's like a reintroduction of the Halo series. And what I would like to see is basically how the open world looks, the graphics they're using, and how they reinvent the Halo series, because it sounds like they're reinventing it, plus they're adding RPG elements, which sounds really exciting. So now I'm going to move on to topic number 2. There's a rumor that has it that Microsoft will be releasing a discless Xbox One. Pre-orders are set to be open in April. How do you feel about a discless console? Let's just say like a discless console. It could be Xbox, it could be a Nintendo Switch, it could be the next PlayStation. Like, how do you feel in general about a console with no disc, going all digital? What are your feelings on that?
Some people, digital, to be fair, some people enjoy it. Like, I go both ways. I enjoy digital. Both are still gonna play the same requirements.
That's true.
Digital though, like, I know some people they complain on it, like, oh, they don't like to the place, so it's kind of like, it would be right. Yes, it would be right. But it goes both ways. Some people like digital, like digital. At the end of the day, they're still gonna play the same game.
That is very true. So it sounds like you prefer both, just depending on the situation, right? Yeah, I feel the same way as you. I prefer to have a disc, because I want to, they say you don't really own a disc, you're just renting it. But I feel you own more of a disc than a digital game, because digital, as you've seen with the previous consoles, we don't get to carry what we actually purchased to these consoles, which sucks. And they could always take that license away or just not feature it on the next console, then we're fucking screwed, bro. So I definitely prefer a disc, but there's certain situations where I like digital. There's games that are only digital, so those I'll definitely, could only buy digital. And there's games like first-person shooters which are better digitally, so you don't have to keep switching discs over and over with the multiplayer online game. Or Final Fantasy, for example. Final Fantasy 14. Anything else you want to add to that topic?
Nothing more to be said. I mean, again, it all down to the preference. This is at the end of the day, some people love this Xbox and this list. The bonus console going digital. Again, when it's involved digital, like you're only basis to it, you don't own it. You just own the license to it. So at any time, they can, which is sad because that's part of the wasted or not.
I agree.
The mission's not over. Go again.
That's just a rumor at this point. We'll see what actually happens.
A bonus to whoever finds their last.
But pre-orders are set to be open in April. So, Xbox fans, in the comments below, post your thoughts on what you would like to see for Halo Infinite at E3, and also if you would like a discless Microsoft Xbox One. Now the next thing we have is a release date for a game called Judgment from the Yakuza studio. It is releasing on June 25th in the West. Those who pre-order can play starting June 21st. And it's by Sega. Are you familiar with the Yakuza series?
Bomb is out.
I don't know if we discussed this, but basically Yakuza is a semi-open world game, third-person fighting action-adventure game that will remind you of Streets of Rage and games of that nature when you're fighting, because you can pick up weapons and items in the environment to fight with. And you also have like nunchucks and swords and what do you call the knuckles? What do you call those knuckles? The knuckle. You know what I'm talking about? The ones that people put on their knuckles, their metal breast knuckles. Yeah, you have things of that nature. And you know what? It's actually, now that I think about it, a lot like Shenmue. Just with a way better fighting system and a more mature story. That's what Yakuza is pretty much. So it sounds like it will be up your alley, bro. And Judgment is basically the first new franchise the studio is developing since they started Yakuza, which were up to Yakuza like 5, 6, 7, depending on if we're talking about just releases on the West and also in Japan. But there's been a lot of Yakuza games already. So this game is basically, from what I read up on, you play as a judge that is also an executioner, which sounds really interesting. He's a judge that takes it to the streets to justice and also solve crimes. So that's what that game's about, and it will release June 25th here in the West. If you pre-order, you can play starting June 21st. I'm looking forward to it. It looks really cool. I'll probably be making a video of it to those not familiar with the game and giving information about it, showing some gameplay, things of that nature. Now, the next topic